Hello, couch potatoes, and welcome to another episode of Lil Sonya on the sofa with Lil Sonya. My sorry, it's after dark.
It is after
I got a little confused. Welcome to On the Sofa with Little Sonya. I got my girl Miss Raven in here with me again this evening on the sofa, and we're bringing to you a special part two of last night, our Erotic Enlightenment segment.
dark. Yes.
Miss Raven got some shit for us, y'all.
I look. She was a little surprised by some of the things, and I think they're innocent. So I'm like, okay. So yeah, we have to do a quick outfit change
Yeah,
to match the vibe, and we're gonna talk about some things.
I'm ready. I'm so ready.
I don't know where we should start. Oh, so during the break, during the 45 minutes to get all dressed up, and we didn't get to the clothes section, you had brought up something that is of importance, and it's actually a hygiene thing. I want to go ahead and use that as a bridge into this section.
Okay, let's do it.
Because it also works on the intimate level, and it also works in this area as well. Please go pee after you guys finish your sessions. It's very important to flush out anything that has been taken in, especially if you are in a cis straight relationship. And actually, well, anybody, now that I think about it, all of y'all need to just be peeing after you're done playing. But especially if you are intaking semen, and you're not using protection or anything of the sort, definitely be mindful of cleansing yourself afterwards. You don't have to do anything crazy. I know everybody says, oh, you need to do a douche or you need to get something floral or whatever like that. Not floral, but like the chemicals on the shelves. Warm water, just quick flush up there. Allow yourself to pee. It really, really matters. Especially if you are kind of messing with the toxic side a little bit. Understand that your body, especially the womb, we talked about how that womb was a creation.
Yeah.
It knows everything. It's that root. Oh, I went home and I mid conversation with somebody else screamed the damn chakra I was missing. And everybody was just like, what? And I was like, I'm so sorry. I was sitting there beating myself up. The root, the sacral, and the solar plexus. But girl, yeah, mid conversation somewhere else. I was like, but yeah. Anyways, we're talking about that womb and that root holding all that energy. Guys, our bodies are phenomenal creators. Especially if you're trying to have a baby and you're kind of hitting up against a fence that isn't necessarily medical, because there are some medical conditions that and we fight with that as women. But sometimes if you really don't have an answer as to why you can't get pregnant, that is your body rejecting that semen. That is your body rejecting that DNA. It's so sensitive. Like I tell people, like all of that bacteria and that pH leveling and everything like that, it's literally kill on sight. It is so hard for the semen to make the egg. So, and remember, we are still animals. I don't give a damn if you feel some type of superior way because we're humans, but we are still animals nonetheless. We started as animals, so evolution plays a really big part in that as well. Even if you don't look at it from a spiritual perspective, scientifically, we are meant to take in the best. So if you are hanging out with something that is toxic, if you're hanging out with somebody who smokes, drinks, does bad things to their body, it's going to translate and it's going to work itself into that DNA, into that data package. So if you're trying to get pregnant by someone who's not doing right by themselves, your body will recognize that and it will reject and spit that semen out, if not attempt to terminate whatever it is you're trying to bring in, especially if you are within alignment of your body. Your body will do anything and everything it can to protect you.
Oh, that's deep.
So please go pee afterwards. Be mindful of what you are allowing enter that realm. And yeah, just be very careful with that, because you never know what you're taking in.
That's so true.
You never know what you're taking in spiritually, and you never know what you're taking in scientifically either. Because even if you do get it and you do make it and you do form a human out of it, you could be having complications. Your child could be sick. Your child could have all of these detrimental, problems to them. because the DNA was bad and it didn't mesh well with your DNA. Sometimes you guys be forcing, I know what it was. I remember.
Okay.
You guys be, in the conversation. Sometimes you guys be forcing these relationships because you don't want to let go of them. You be in these spiritual groups asking for love potions, different ways to get them attached to you because you like I said, it's a toxic addiction. We talked about that yesterday. And you gotta recognize like it's literally your spirits, your body, everyone trying to get that away from you. There's a reason why it's being rejected. So start paying attention to those signs as well. Not everything is meant to be kept in order. And if you're having those types of issues, and I understand maybe you really, really love that person, and like I said, that body is rejecting that DNA. If it is something that's actually healthy, like a healthy relationship, and you're having these issues, look at them and look at their dieting. Change up their health plan. Because we always say it's the woman. It's the carrier. Oh, it's the carrier. You need to lose weight. You need to eat differently. You need to start doing this so that you can get pregnant. What if the DNA is bad?
Never thought about it.
What if my data package is corrupted? Sometimes we got to look at the source too.
Yeah.
And start getting them back on track.
It takes never ever thought about that.
It takes two. So if my unit is killing on site, what is so weak about your sperm? It doesn't matter that you are what is it, virile? It doesn't matter that you're able to fertile. That's what I'm talking about. Fertile. It doesn't matter that you're fertile. It doesn't matter that you have 1 million strong soldiers in one single drop. I'm stronger because I'm the creator. So if I don't like your DNA, it's kill on sight. That's why it takes a lot of time. That's why they be telling you all them crazy stuff. Oh, just lay back on a pillow, put your legs back so it can drain down. Like that's why they be telling you all these crazy things.
Or if you get on top, you can get pregnant.
Right. Or like do it this way so it can be a boy. Do it this way so it can be a girl. Like all of those things, sometimes you gotta just take it back to basics. And that basics is this good sperm?
Hashtag good sperm.
Hashtag good sperm. That being said, gentlemen, please be sure to drink your water and your pineapple juice.
Ooh.
Because for some of us who don't mind, it ain't always good sperm. So, I'm just saying, if you feel some type of way because she always runs and spits, it's not her.
She don't want that high blood pressure.
Salty. Saltier than
don't want that high blood pressure.
Saltier than this damn cracker on our bar. What is the sodium? Welcome to
Go ahead. Cheers.
Cheers. Now let's talk about it. Where do you want to start?
Wherever you want to start, it's your world. I'm just a squirrel trying to get a nut.
Let's see. Well, I have a couple of playthings here. I told you guys that I was going to bring some toys, but I was not going to bring what we know well, which is our little bullets, our vibrators, our dildos. We know those a little too well. I want to talk to you guys about things that you probably didn't think about. Little nippy clamps. If anybody's
so cute
into some sensory play. And I love these for anyone. Yes. These are cute. They have little dogs.
Yes, I love them.
So these are really great if you do like your nipple touch. I'm actually not a nipple player. Okay. Don't give me any major sensitivity or anything like that. So, but it doesn't not make me happy either. So it's more so my partner's preference. Okay. If they like to hang out here, I got them. So you might as well use them, So that's fine. But a lot of people do get a lot of sensation from their nipples, or if you had piercings or anything done. Now, I don't know if anybody out there who does have a nipple piercing, put in the comments down below. I'll take this off because you're jiggling. Put in the comments down below if you have experienced desensitization on your nipples after getting piercings. Because after a while, with it being in your shirt and in your bra, you just get used to it.
Okay.
So they end up it takes away that excitement.
That
They
feel.
think that it's going to be a
Thrill.
good thing, but after a while, like I said,
So after a while, you end up losing like the sensation.
yes, I have spoken
I
to
like that.
right, and I've spoken to several ladies who have had their clitoris done or like their hoods done, and they're like, in the beginning it was really really good, but after a while you get used to it, you become desensitized. I would suggest, if you do have nipple piercings, to get something that is of high quality, and get something with weights, because these are really good. Like I said, you have the little balls on here. This is just a simple cheap pair, but you can get really high quality ones that have pressures on them. Like this one, you have a little spinny to tighten or loosen after you clamp. Some of them are legit like lock jaws. Some of them have teeth.
No, I don't want the teeth.
They're
I've
so
breastfed before. I don't want the teeth.
Some of them want the teeth, and then they have these are perfect. They have hooks on here to where you can play weight on it, so you can actually pull and give you a little bit more stimulation if you find that you have your nipples pierced but you haven't been able to do anything further with your nipples. By the way, guys, I am missing a club, so
You say these are like really cheap ones, but I can't tell. They look quality to me.
They are a great starter set.
Okay.
They are a very, very good starter set. So I went ahead and just jumped into that. I got to backtrack for a little bit.
Okay.
Guys, for anyone who's in here, hi to our 2 people. Hello.
Hello.
And for everybody else who'll be entering in, we are talking about BDSM. We are talking about after dark stuff. We are talking about those fantasies that you don't want to say, but you're sitting at the breakfast table thinking them every single day, but you don't want to say anything. So that is where we are. It is a fun lifestyle. And I wanted to make that a really huge point because right now everybody is kind of like up in arms about a young lady who just came out as a pet. Now,
that's normal. My kids have them at their school. It
is so normal.
Yeah.
And people are losing their minds because they're like, I think it's cute. You think oh my gosh.
I'm not into it. I don't want to be a furry, but I think they look so adorable.
Well, I will give her some credit. She's doing the damn thing. Like she's devoted to her identity. She identifies as a dog. She's a puppy. Her name is Meow.
She's not a puppy named Meow.
She is a puppy named Meow. And everybody's like, what's it? She is a puppy named Meow, and she has handlers, and she's living her life happily. She sleeps in a cage at night, everything. She's very dedicated to the lifestyle. This has the internet on fire right now. And they're just like, oh my gosh, is it mental illness? Is it this? Because we don't talk about it. Because we are in a taboo section of our life.
Listen, we have to start talking about it. Like I said, my daughter, freshman year in high school, full of furries. And they're part of the LGBTQ community. So we can't shut them down. We can't tell them they can't be furries in school. We can't tell them they can't walk up to you and meow and bark and quack, quack. That's what they do. See, so if the kids are doing it, we have to talk about it.
See, and that's the only thing I don't agree with, because this has been something that's just been within the like BDSM lifestyle for the longest of time. Pet play.
Really?
Being a pet, having a collar, being on a leash.
Oh yeah, I heard about the collar.
And we have one here.
So about the collar.
But being a pet is a part of a sexual lifestyle that has slowly drawn out into furryhood, which is something completely different, but could be used sexually. And I personally don't feel like it's appropriate to align it with the LGBTQ. Because just right now with the current political scene, they're being demonized and chased.
Yep.
And that is essentially what they're doing to this girl. And they're just like, oh my gosh. And they're aligning it with that. And I'm like, no, we don't need to align it with that because they have their own wars.
But they want to align it with, because it's easier for them to demonize and.
Right.
Yeah.
So they are hard on Meow right now. Like they are chasing her down, trying to make sense of it.
Shout out to Meow.
Yeah, shout out to Meow, girl.
Do your shit.
And I'm just like, all right, she a dog.
Most men.
At least
that's what they say.
At least she's getting a bag for it, and she will.
Yeah.
Like, for everybody to have something to say.
And be happy.
Exactly. The thing is that her handlers are taking better care of her than get mad at me. A lot of y'all husbands and a lot of y'all
Ooh.
wives be mad at me.
Ooh.
The thing is that you don't like what she's doing because it's not normal or anything that you're used
But who
to.
defines norm? Who defines the norm?
I'm still waiting for an answer.
Because in my life, I define my norm. I define what's not normal and what is normal. I run this show.
Yep. And that is normal for her. And it's become a routine. And that is normal for a lot of people in this lifestyle. That is the difference. A lot of you guys want to play because you think it's cute. There is a legitimate behind the scenes, quiet, club official, like, this is a lifestyle. And if you are not in the lifestyle, you're not going to get the actual details or the actual knowledge or practice or any of that until you prove that you want to be a part of the lifestyle. BDSM goes so deep.
It's like a biker gang.
It is.
I like it.
Because everything happens after dark. Thunder in the mountain. That a lot of people don't know that be happening, but they be in the mountains and they be, where's she at? They be thunder in the mountain. But y'all think it's cute just keeping it in the bedroom. This is a lifestyle. All the way up to the point where the S and BDSM, a lot of things, for the most part, a lot of people know it as bondage, dominant, submissive, masochist. But the branches go so deep. It could be sadist. It could be slave. You know, your bondage, your bondage could be boy. A lot of people like to do age play. You know, a lot of people, your dom could be dominatrix. It could be my dominant. Daddy girl play, like, you know.
I've seen that. Have you seen that television show they have out when they have like the furries and the people that like to dress up like babies and I forgot the name of it.
I was gonna say, I
think it came on A&E.
Okay.
And
My Strange Life or something like
that.
that.
May be it. That was my first time ever seeing a relationship, a couple in a relationship where the woman was actually put in a onesie with a bib, fed a bottle, got her diaper changed. I was like, what?
Slept in a crib, everything.
Yes.
And this is a legitimate lifestyle. So, like I told you guys in the first part, I don't judge. I don't kink shame. Like I said, there's probably like 5 of y'all, 5 groups out there.
Well, I just find it interesting.
But the rest of them, it exists. I'm sorry to break it to you guys, but it exists. And I'll spin your wheels even more. It exists way closer than you think. It's way more in your circle than you think. And it's simply because I'm not going to tell you what's in my bedroom. I'm not going to tell you what me and my partner are doing. It's none of your business.
Yeah.
And now I see the way that you demonize everybody else. Oh, it's really none of your business.
But sex and intimacy, because they're two different things, it's supposed to be a beautiful experience. I mean, how you set the stage for your play.
Correct.
How you want it to go, how you want it to play out. Sure. So why all the judge? Because like you said before we started, a lot of y'all, it's up here. But you're scared for it to come out here. Right.
Because we have created a society of judgment.
Because like I shared with you last night, and I'll tell you guys, I love the movie 50 Shades of Grey. Every part 1, part 2, I love the movie 50 Shades of Grey. I would love to experience something like that with my husband.
You would. And a lot of people want to. That's why it caught fire the way that it did.
Yeah.
It didn't affect me any because I was sneaking Zane books. So I picked up 50 Shades of Grey. Couldn't even get past the first 5 chapters. I'm sorry, guys. It's not that I don't like the story. It's the writing style. And then when I found out like who the author was, this, that, and third, I was like, okay, she just wasn't an author for me. Okay. I just don't like
it's her. Like that sometimes.
Yeah. She just wasn't an author for me. So then I finally gave that movies an actual chance. I can see why people hate it. I can see why people love it. I can see why people love it who are not in the lifestyle. And I see why everybody in the lifestyle hates it. because that's not realistic. A lot of people, and then it also put more shadow on the lifestyle of like, oh, you guys are what did the husband say? That's sick.
So yeah. So let me ask you this: is that contract something that's real in the lifestyle? Or is that fictional?
That
Because they had that contract.
that contract is realer than I don't know what.
And I don't know why the fuck that excites me. That contract is what excited me.
Not everybody has a contract, but the status masochists, the master slaves, the ones who are truly devoted fully, they have contracts, because now it kind of gets transactional in regards to what your role is and what's expected of you.
Okay.
And in exchange of my role and expectation, you have to provide me with these things. I have a friend who is in the lifestyle, been from day one, and they still maintain their contract to this day. Has a kid and everything. They don't do it in front of their kid, but she is a full devoted submissive. Fully devoted. Doesn't have to work, doesn't have to do none of that. Hubby, sir, hello, sir.
Hi, sir.
Sir takes care of everything. But she has a to-do list. She has expectations of her role that need to be met that will keep Sir pleased. And a lot of them do have that. They have apps where Master, Sir, Daddy, Master, Sir, Daddy will create a task list. And all of that needs to be done before he gets home from work. You are not allowed to pick your outfits. You are not allowed to leave the house without me seeing your outfit. The contracts get very, very intricate. And some of them are extremely simple. Some of them are as simple as, you and I are now committed. You are not allowed to bend the knee to anybody else.
And that's it.
And it'd be something that simple. And some of them, like I said, get very, very, very intricate and deep and complicated, all the way up to there is a slave registry. So if you are that side of the lifestyle, you are not allowed.
Wait a minute, Brand. But think about it.
Yep.
A registry? Is it public?
And some of them will not allow you to leave until that registry has either been voided or transferred to your newest partner or whatever. Because I don't play on that side, but I spoke with a lot of slaves.
Okay.
I spoke with a lot of slave dedicated minds, and it is how it sounds. If they want, and there's stipulations and things that they want it, because the lifestyle in the community is not about control as much as a lot of people want to believe it is.
Okay. That's
just the appearance of it. And there are some that are in the cracks that are legit like, oh, this is my lifestyle, because they do like to control. Vet your doms and vet who your people are. This is a whole trust game. But the ones who honestly live as slaves and they do well, they're highly aware that at any time they could be traded.
Wait a minute. They can be traded.
Mm-hmm. They can come home, or daddy or master, whoever can come home and say, I'm going to give you to my friend. Sign the paperwork.
And you have to sign it?
You don't have to, because you are of your own being.
Okay.
But a lot of the times, they know that they put so much trust in their masters that they know that they would never hand them off to anyone who would hurt them.
So it's a lot of trust.
It's a lot of trust, which is why I'm sitting here like, I can see why everybody loves it and hates it. 50 Shades of Grey kind of portrayed Christian as this mentally ill, mommy issue.
Yeah.
I hate women that look like my mom. Yeah, he had demons on him. But when I tell you that a good dom is phenomenal, some of the sweetest people you would ever meet, and they don't overstep boundaries. So if I'm sitting here waiting for my dom, they're extremely respectful, but they have eyes on me.
Okay.
And the eyes on me is not because they want me, but because they're watching me because I'm without protection. So if at any time someone who fell through the cracks would come in to try to talk to me, they will intervene until my dom comes back.
Interesting.
It is a very tight-knit family, honestly.
The first time I ever heard about it, and this was 50 Shades of Grey, was my introductory into the world.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So traditional, you know what I'm saying? So that was exciting for me. And then I met a guy at my job.
Mhm.
And he was telling me that he was into it. He's married, he has a kid, but he was telling me that an older woman introduced him into the lifestyle. And he was 16 years old. And she was so fluent in it, and the things that she wanted him to do, he wasn't with it. And this guy is like almost 7 feet tall, maybe 300 pounds, a big, burly guy, okay?
Mm-hmm.
He said this lady would want him to knock her out during sex, like physically with his fist. And he was like, lady, you trying to get me locked up.
Yeah, that's where contracts come in.
Yeah, he said after a while, he was like, no, I can't do you anymore. You know, the physical part of it, I'm not with.
Right.
You know, to that extent. But he said he was still into the lifestyle, and then he told me you can recognize them. They wear collars, and that's when I learned about the collar. And I'm like, okay.
Yes. I'm currently unowned, so I don't have a real collar.
Okay.
But yeah, they do wear collars. They have daytime collars, and then they come back home, and then they'll put on. So y'all, I got stuff for y'all.
Ooh.
And then they'll put on their home collars.
So is this the home collar?
This would be considered a home
Okay.
collar.
Okay.
You can wear it in public if you just give no fucks. But I had to time myself. I was like, "What's the rules?" Yeah, so we're past that time limit. You can wear this out of public. This is a very simple, basic collar, but I have seen gorgeous proposal collars, like the doms and statists, and when they own their slaves and property, they take care of their property. So this would be considered, I would consider this a home color because it's very in your face.
Okay.
You can't miss it. You know, you can see it from a mile away. But a lot of people do have discreet colors. Like it will just be like a single band or like an infinity color or something like that. And colors are so much fun, and I love them personally because it is a type.
That purple is just gorgeous.
I know. I got this for my love because I'm gonna color them. Sorry. He's not watching this. My partner probably watching this right now. Like, what the fuck she said?
She said it's all for you.
I said I got this color for you, my love.
All for you, my love.
So this will be considered a home color because you can see it's very chunky. So from here, you guys can't see me, unfortunately. We'll have to do this again in like a fuller state. But from here, like if I got home from work, like if he understands, you know, life be life, man. But the second I hit that door, let's say my contract is the second you hit that door, you revert back to your submissive self, slave self, whatever. Okay. So I would come home, put my stuff down. Usually they have like a vanity there at the door because you're not supposed to enter the house without being in your mode.
Oh, wow.
So all of your stuff would be there waiting for you. You would put on your collar and you would either assume position, which is however your sir or master would like for you to be. You can be on your knees. Some girls are instructed to post up and face the wall with legs spread, hands up. And then they come and they retrieve you. And they take you from there. Or if you got things to do, maybe you're not leashed. Maybe he's not going to come retrieve you today because maybe he's busy or whatever. So you can continue your chores. You can continue your daily things. You can get dinner started. You can, there are some people who have healthy relationships enough to where like not their kids aren't involved, but their kids know. So they just don't say anything. But, you know, go and help the kids and whatnot. I don't personally believe in that. I think we should keep that away from the children.
Yeah.
But
unfortunately, a lot of celebrity children are exposed to it.
Exactly.
I've had conversations with some of them. Yeah, the stories they tell, and the stories they tell from the habits that they pick up, and then they repeat those things, and it's 14, 15, yeah, they have orgies, and yeah, that's another segment.
Yeah, that's something. Yeah, but there are some that are legit just wholesome families that are just like, hey, this is what mommy and daddy did. You're of age now to understand.
Yeah.
And this is just where we are, so we're gonna, go back to it. But I would consider this a good home color.
And it's comfy, guys, because look, like padded on the inside.
Now, unless you're just into that type of pain, you don't want it to be uncomfortable. So, like for me, I could work with this color. It's fine because there is a lot of fuzzy on it, so it's not giving me edging. But you don't want anything that's going to cut or dig.
Now, would you wear that all day and night, or you never take it off?
Golden rule, unless, like I said, exchanging colors.
Okay.
At the door or whatever, you are not allowed to remove your color. That is not your job or responsibility.
Oh, okay.
A lot of times you're not supposed to put on your collar. Your master is supposed to do that for you. So, like I said, it really depends on your dynamic. It really depends on what you guys have set up and going. But a lot of times, like I said, ebb and flow. This is your color, this is your cute leash. You get walked around, pulled around, and pull you up to a kiss. Actually, really push back down. Things of the sorts.
So we thus far have discussed the doms, but we've only talked about the women being subs.
Y'all men are freaks.
Can we talk about the men that are subs?
And I relate to the men. And I'm going to put you on to this and maybe you can relate to.
Okay.
Because we're both alpha women. So when you are literally, and if you are a powerful alpha man, you are in meetings all day, constantly calling shots, constantly doing for everybody else. Sometimes you just want someone to tell you what to do. Sometimes you just need that boss mode to be taken down a notch.
I can relate with that.
Yes. And so that's why I said you being an alpha woman like me.
Yeah, I can relate with that.
You can see that. Because that's how I am. I am constantly go, 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 go. When I get home, I ain't trying to call no shots. I need you to do everything for me. Tell me what we're having for dinner and tell me when I need to be in the bedroom. Because I've been calling shots all day.
All day. I'm
tired.
Burped out.
I'm trying not to think. And that's what a lot of submissives love. They don't have to think. Especially when they are
You can turn it down.
Because my partner isn't going to do anything to me that's going to harm me. They're going to make the best decisions for me. I don't have to think anymore. So a lot of men in power do like to have their thoughts turned off. That's why they hire dominatrixes. If you guys have a alpha male at home, again, know your guy if they're open to this. Do a little bit of power play with them. When they come in, take the reins a little bit.
Okay.
And do it in a way that they will enjoy it. Command them to sit down and relax and not do anything. Get something that I call a bedroom heel. I meant to bring you guys an example and I forgot.
Okay.
But I have a 6-inch stiletto at home.
Woo-hoo!
That is caged.
Oh, she's a baddie.
Yeah,
she's a bad one.
The 20-year-old me, she was a baddie. 30-year-old me, my hip hurts. But get yourself something I call a bedroom heel. And it's the heel.
I got some red ones.
See? You call me bad. See my bad. Like get one that find a heel, and this is how you know it will be a bedroom heel. Get you a heel that when you look at it, you'll say, nah, I'm gonna break my ankles in 5 seconds if I walk out the house.
That's the heel.
That was the heel. Because you don't have to do nothing in that heel. It's
a prop.
It's all for looks. It's all for tantalizing. And if you are going to dominate your guy, and if he's taller than you, girl, get that heel.
Because I love being tall, man. I like a tree out in class.
Put some height on you to assert that dominance. Not only are they going to be like, damn, that's really sexy because you in the heel, but now we eye to eye. Now I'm in control.
Look at eye contact.
Look at me. I'm the captain.
That eye contact is something different.
and play with them. I love this.
I like it too. I ain't even got one, but I was excited when I saw it.
This is just a standard flogger. They come in all different lengths. They come in different styles. This is just something very quick and easy to do in the bedroom. Guys, if you're just trying to play around, you don't have to break the bank. I break the bank because my car keys have this on it.
What?
I'll show you that after the show. But you can just do something very simple. May I use you as an example?
Yes.
You don't have to hit. A lot of people don't understand that you can literally just use it for sensory.
Yay.
You can literally just play with it. And this is something that you guys could do with your subs, with your men, dragging on their back, bringing across. And then you can do something very light touch that sounds like it hurts. Because this is your control. What you're doing is flicking it, so you're not actually coming down on them. Because a lot of people be, woo, and you can do that if you want to.
You're going to make me run.
Everybody's like, she did not.
I'm going to thank you, my mom. Well, I'm going to run.
Everybody right now, like, she did not respond to that. I did not. This is
She used to it.
Yeah, this is baby play to me. But just something simple. And the men who enjoy being submissives, they're doing it because they want you to take control. They want you to turn off their mind. So do things that will make them feel safe.
Okay.
That is, to me, as just an opinion, I see that as a cry for intimacy. I see that as a cry of, just let me worship you and let me just be told what to do. And just let me exist.
Yeah.
And
we all yearn for that.
Yeah.
Both men and women alike.
They do. Now, and then there are some who are legitimate slaves. They have the slave mind. They have what they call sissies. They want to be put in the maid outfit. They want to clean your house. They want to do all these things and be bossed around. Mainly because they're probably in a position of power and they do it every single day. That's normally where, for my experience, from people I've spoken to, that dynamic switch comes from. It's, I kid you not, always been an owner or a CEO or someone of power. And they just want to hand it off for a minute. They just want to feel different.
Turn it off and trade places in their space.
And give something back for it. There is a dominatrix who, I don't remember her name. I don't even know if she's still in business, honestly. But this was years ago when I was a teenager.
Okay.
This is how long I've been.
Having fun.
Yeah. But she literally made her living having people clean her house, having men clean her house. All she would do is just sit on the couch, have her wine, mind her business. And you would just see men in different maid outfits walking behind her, cleaning her house, folding her laundry, bringing her snacks and drinks. Every blue moon, she'll be like, hey, come here. And they would assume position on their hands and knees and she'll put her feet up.
Oh, wow.
And she would use them as furniture. But that is what they wanted. That is what they liked. They paid her for that. She didn't coerce them. They came to her for that escape.
That reminds me of, have you watched All the Queen's Men?
I haven't. I keep getting told
Oh my
to.
God, Madam. So, and I love the name because my Baba called me Madam. She has a guy who's like her right-hand man. He's like her number one killer. But you can tell that they have this sub-dom relationship because when Madam wakes up in the morning, here's your breakfast, Madam. You need to eat, Madam. And she's like, I'm not hungry, Tommy. And he's like, you need to eat, Madam. She's like, motherfucker, I'm not hungry. And he's pushing it.
Right.
Or, and this is when I knew that they were intimate. He woke her up with some head one morning. And I was like, okay.
Because as a submissive, my whole job is to serve you and make sure you are happy.
But she can still have any man she wants to come to the house
That's not
and sleep with her at
as
night.
long as it makes you happy.
Wow.
As long as it makes you happy. That wasn't a part of my contract when I was an active submissive, but my thing was to ensure that that person's life was as easy as possible. I picked up the suit, I took it to the dry cleaners, I made sure that all of his ties and everything was clean, ready to go. Dinner, lunch, breakfast, whatever, house is spotless, whatever was needed. because I was being taken care of. There was love and intimacy there. There were moments where this was turned off and we could just be a couple. But in lieu of that, I had obligations that need to be met. I had my to-do list to continue being taken care of the way that I was. There's a transaction attached to it.
Got it.
There is a transaction to it. But what you get out of it, if it's healthy, some people can't find that in regular relationships. They can't find that in vanilla relationships.
I was thinking about that earlier on when you were talking. I was thinking about, the people in this world don't have heartbreaking. I mean, they don't have to deal with the cheating aspect.
They do not. No. And that's the other thing too. A lot of people think that being in this lifestyle, like you said, I can go and I can sleep with whoever I want. I have found way more long-term relationships in the lifestyle than I have in the vanilla because of the trust.
I can see that, yeah.
I trust you with everything I am. And you're getting serviced out of it. If I am a good sub and you know that you have everything you want at home, where are you going to go? Because ain't no vanilla girl going to do this. Ain't no vanilla guy going to do that. No one's going to serve you without lip. I'm a brat, so I get a little lip. But no one's going to serve you and take care of you without lip the way that your submissive or slave is going to take care of you. Because my whole job is to ensure your happiness. Because if I ensure your happiness and you're happy, shit, I get a treat. You get to take me into the bedroom. Yeah. I get to get bent over and I get to hear a count to 15. 1.
Wow. So do you guys, so in the world, do you ever switch roles?
Yes.
Okay.
There are switches. That's what they're literally called. They can play both roles very well. They can be extremely dominant. They can be extremely submissive. My current partner is a switch.
Okay.
And I love it because I am so strong-minded that they don't mind. I won't say roll over them, but they don't mind when my dominance comes out. Because that can be very intimidating.
Yes, they can.
To an alpha male or alpha female or whatever, and then they get their feelings hurt. They don't mind when I go dominant because they're just like, she doesn't know what she's doing. I don't know my business. But when I'm not doing well for myself, and that submissive side kicks in of, oh, my person is not doing well, I need to take care of them. This is where he gets that. He has a slight, in that show you were telling me about. I won't call him a switch.
Okay.
But he probably has a slight dominant trait to him because his thing was, you need to eat. Ain't no slave, ain't no submissive saying
coming at you like that.
If I said you need to, here's your breakfast, and they said I don't want it, I'm gonna take this shit back and I'm gonna mind my business. If he had the balls to stand up,
there was an argument.
So that was that switch energy coming through. My switch will switch up on me, and they will be like, you are not doing what you're supposed to be doing. That submissive goes out the window, and their dominance immediately kicks in because their job is to make sure that I am okay.
Yeah.
And I'm hard at it. And I ain't gonna listen to no sub. You beneath me. I'm the dominant one. I'm the captain of this ship.
Okay.
And every blue moon they will switch up and they'll be like, no, you need to go take a nap. Because you're not being a captain. And that is where that trust and that respect also comes into play. You need to have an open, fluid relationship within your dynamics to be able to also tell your master or your dom, you're not doing good. And it's my job to take care of you. It all comes down to how you speak to them. Okay. Because they command respect. So if you set them down and you start a massage and everything and you create into a conversation of like, I don't like the way you're looking, you're making me sad. I would like for you to take care of yourself. Like, is there anything I can do to make this better for you? They'll respect that. because you're their right-hand person. On top of taking care of your contract duties, whether it's on paper or verbal, you guys also need to look out for each other as well. So it's your dom's responsibility to know all of your signs and know when you're not doing well or when you're doing excellent, especially during playtime, especially if you're tied up, especially if you got this in your mouth and you can't say nothing.
Oh, she just sprung that up on me.
Especially if we in a situation where and you got a good one that like safe words is not coming out of this. I'll touch on that. They need to be able to look at you and know immediately if you are okay or not.
Okay.
And vice versa. Because I'm stubborn. I think my pain threshold is better than what it is.
Okay.
And I be getting so mad. Because I feel like, why did you stop? And it's just like, bitch. You're about 3 more whacks from blacking out. And I'm just like,
rolling in the back of your head.
Yeah, it was like you ain't make a sound on that last one. I thought I could, so we're done. And I was like, dude, I'm gone. Subspace hits and I'm gone. Like, so it's very important to know your signs, who your partner. Like it becomes such an intimate thing. You have to know who you're with, and I feel like that's for me personally where that leg up is on the vanilla relationship, because girl, they know.
Okay.
They know. And you know, especially if you're owned or you're a sub, my dom don't even gotta be in the same room. And I know if I fucked up, and I know that they know that I fucked up.
Oh wow.
It's like a telekinesis thing. And I'll just be like, oh, get in trouble.
But getting in trouble can be a good thing sometimes, right?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Because sometimes the punishment is not what I want.
Okay.
And it's not even so much, it's not this, it's you're not going to get none for a week. Oh, come on. Ooh. Like that stuff that we do in vanilla relationships, go sleep on the couch, you ain't getting nothing, you in the doghouse, it breaks submissive's hearts.
Now, can that break a contract?
No, because you are in charge and you have a right to punish me. And obviously, this ain't no punishment. This is enjoyment. So I can't spank you. You gotta like it. You're being bratty because you want to be spanked. So I'm just not gonna spank you. And it just be the most heartbreaking thing ever. Because you just be like, no. I took it too far.
Oh wow.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no.
What do we have next? Oh, what is that?
These are handcuffs.
Really?
And I prefer these handcuffs over your standards. So I like these.
Oh, they're comfy.
Yes, and
I have really, really small wrists.
It's okay because this is just a terrible set.
Like my wrists are so small, no lie, y'all. I can get out of police handcuffs.
I am going to send her out. So you
I've done it before. And it feels so comfy.
I prefer these because I like the fuzzies. I don't really like the metal. Now, again, it has to come based off of what your pain threshold is, what it is that you like, what you don't like, da-da-da-da-da. Some people like the metal. Some people like the metal with the fuzz on it. Some people want to
I don't like those. They're so like commercial.
Yeah. Some people want to see the marks on them. A lot of people get turned on by the marks that they get. But I personally like these because I'm a pooler.
Okay.
I like to run.
Yeah,
I like to run, especially when it feels too good. And I'd be so mad at myself because I'm like, just say that I like to run.
Okay.
So I need you to, hold me. And because I require you to move me so much, I love these because they don't hurt me.
No, they're comfy.
So I ain't mean to grab you like that. But yeah, I'm there. I'm like, I've been doing this. Yeah, we'll just do that for you. So you model those.
These are really comfy, guys.
And I also like them because you have the hooks, so you can get thigh cuffs and lock them to the thigh. So you're walking thigh to thigh. You can do ankle cuffs, complete it with a collar. and you got a whole thing going.
Oh shit.
So there's a light.
Movie time. More OnlyFans. Coming soon.
So yeah, I personally prefer these, and I prefer Japanese silk rope because, like I said, it's very soft on the skin. You're able to move, but you still have that restraint.
Okay, Japanese silk rope. Never heard of
You
it.
still got
I'm
that
learning
restraint
some
on
shit
you.
today. So,
Yeah. They're so versatile. You can for anybody who's on a budget, I'm gonna give y'all a hint. Or some put y'all guys onto some stuff.
okay.
Go to the pet store. Just get a chain leash.
Mm.
Clip on. Attach it to the bed. But because of the rise of 50 Shades of Grey, I'm gonna leave it like that. 50 Shades of Grey and all that. It's so easy to just kind of get access to these things. Now, I have to do a disclaimer here. Please know the laws of your state. We are based out in Sin City, so we don't care. But there are some areas, especially like some counties in Texas, they don't allow this.
Really?
Yes. It is against the law for you to own more than 5 dildos in some counties.
So if I want a 6 one, I gotta call you to get it.
There is a store.
So they have a registry like at the dispensary.
There is a store. Well, yeah. You are not allowed to have these type of things. You're not allowed to have these type of stuff. So be aware of like where it is that you're located. If you're in the Bible Belt or anything like that, small towns, small counties, you're probably not going to have access to stores like how we have out here.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Everywhere, because this is our lifestyle out here. So it's expected. But be mindful of that. There is a store in Texas that is a sex store. They sell toys and everything. They got around the law by stating that they sell cake toppers.
That's a good one.
That's the only way they
That's
were
a good
able
one.
to have more items.
That's a good one. Cake toppers.
Cake toppers. So I mentioned earlier safe words.
Yes.
When you were signing your contract or when you were developing your dynamic and getting things in order, it's very important to have a safe word, especially in the beginning as your partner and you guys learn each other body signals and stuff like that. I've had very fun safe words. I've had non-Newtonian fluid, which is very hard to say.
Yeah, what did you say?
Exactly. Non-Newtonian fluid. Very hard to say. It was set up that way on purpose because they didn't want me to say it. And some people have a rule where you have to say the whole thing.
Or they won't.
Or they won't stop.
Oh.
So can you imagine trying to be like, non-Newtonian? Non-Newtonian. So I highly recommend keeping your safe word, especially in the very beginning, simple. Applesauce, crisscross applesauce. Make it something that's not going to be confused with in-bedroom noises.
Gotcha.
It has to be something completely random that you're. There you go. That is a great thing because whoever was thinking about Pinocchio. Now that's your workout. Obviously, Pinocchio's not the one you want to go with. But Pinocchio would be perfect because who's bringing Pinocchio in the bedroom? And you wanted something to be able to say through these. This is not a great quality ball gag. It's very, very hard plastic. You want something with a little bit of stretch and rubber to it.
Okay.
So that you can bite.
Like most of the pet toys or the baby toys.
Yeah. Because you're going to want to bite, especially if you're doing pain play and you're pushing your threshold. That helps alleviate that to kind of build up your tolerance. So you don't want anything that's going to hurt you. You don't want anything that's too big to where it's going to obstruct your breathing. I highly recommend for everybody getting started to get the ones that have the little breather holes in them so you're able to breathe through your mouth. But as you work up, you can get more solid pieces. And there are beautiful designers who make these. Girl, anything you want. I found one the other day. Telling on myself. I was like, you really just said that. I did. I found one the other day that was a cheeseburger. What? That was a cheeseburger. So when it's in their mouth, they're eating a cheeseburger. It's adorable. Don't ask me why I was looking for food items. Y'all stay out my business. I'm just with my partner. But like, my partner's a huge foodie, so I was trying to.
Oh, that's perfect.
Right? See,
That's perfect.
so I was trying to get some, but they don't like ground beef, so they don't eat burgers. So I was trying to find like other food items. But you want a safe word that you can say fully through a ball gag
Okay.
or any type of restriction or anything. If they're choking or anything like that, you have to be able to say that word clearly.
Okay.
And like I said, we're choosing a ball gag. You want something that's nice and soft, squishy, something that you can bite down on because those stings be hurting. Especially if you're doing pain play and you're pushing yourself, these can hurt.
I'm sure.
And especially
if you got a good one.
I'm gonna say, especially when you get good quality, genuine leather, like they paid $100+ for theirs.
I just felt it.
Yeah, because this, like, we could go all day, and I'm fine with it. But a good genuine leather that has a snap, I'm crying. I'm crying. I'm not counting to 15. You can get me at 3, and I'm crying. And I'm like, now, you got 3, and I'm immediately crying out. And I'm gonna call my safe word because I am not into. I respect pain play. I don't like pain play.
Gotcha.
Like part of me is like, "Ooh, I want it," and then it happens, and I'm like, "I lied. I don't know. I don't know why I get this." Yeah, exactly. I was just talking shit. I'm sorry. What else we have? Sensory play. I mean, there's just so many things you can do. Remove the senses, remove your sight. You have a mask on. That's really cool if you guys want to do like mysterious play. And that's actually, this is simple. It's obviously you can tell that that's her. But put this on with like a cute nightie and those bedroom heels. Make it fun masquerade.
I have a really pretty black sheer robe.
See?
That I like to wear with this.
Yes, and spice it up a bit. It's nice and flat, so you can actually do a solid right over it without needing to break up the outfit. So that works. And then, like I said, just sensory play. Take your whip. I had a feather for you guys. I was using it last night, so it didn't make it to the show.
I love feathers. I love feathers.
I'm gonna be 100% transparent with you guys. I was playing with it last night with my partner, and it didn't make it to the show. So, but have a feather, do touch play, remove the senses, so that way everything else have to heighten. This is a great time. This is great. A lot of people don't understand like what your eyesight actually does for you until it's gone. I was born in that. I've been wearing glasses since I was like 4. So I know for a fact when I lose my eyesight, I'm Velma. I shut all the way down. But take away your eyesight during play, phenomenal. You can use different type of things.
Try that.
If you guys are into wax play, if you want to do hot play, please make sure that your candle is safe for play until you get your tolerance up. Too many accidents have happened in the bedroom of you guys just grabbing these not random, but your random bedroom candles. Thank you for having us here. Anyway, yeah, don't do this. Do not use until you have hit master level of BDSM work. Do not use this wax. This wax is not for you. But get something that is low temperature, that is actually designed for play.
So they have the candles that's specifically for play.
That is designated to sexual play.
Okay.
Yes. There are candles that turn into massage oils. I'm actually formulating a line for that.
You because that excited me.
We are currently formulating a line. I will be doing the melting massage candle, so you'll be able to use the wax as a massage. And one of my partners, she's doing the body butters, and I will be doing the oils to it. So it'll be a full set.
I can't wait, y'all.
We just came back from the ASD show. Gonna deviate real quick. Came back from the ASD show. Met with a great vendor. So many different oils, and we have decided to dump the one that we're going to be using, Kama Sutra. It is amazing, and as an aromatherapist, I'm telling you, it will hit that kundalini.
It's hard to find good oils. Like when I was back making candles, I was like,
it's a nightmare. Well, girl, we've been taking the time. That's why my feet hurt. So it's like, so I will be dropping a line for that. But get you a good low temp wax for play candle. Get you a good candle that turns into massage oils. So that way, while this is off, not only are you smelling a candle, but now we're touching and we're massaging. We're dripping wax on you. You don't know where I'm going to drip. Because when you see it, you can anticipate.
Yeah. But when you don't,
You don't know. You don't know if I left the room. One of my biggest turn-ons was being restrained and blindfolded. I have no idea where that fucker was. I didn't know if he was still in the room. He could have went downstairs, made a sandwich, and watched the news for all I knew. But the anticipation, the excitement, the any second, I could feel any second now. Like
it's just a wedding.
It builds into anxiety is something that really turns me on. And that's something that you guys probably don't think about because everybody's anxious nowadays. But if you can bring them into the bedroom and create a sense of unknowing, like take away all their senses, restrain them, not be able to do anything, it elevates so much. Because when you least expect it, when you think everything's fine, when you think, damn, maybe they fell asleep, all of a sudden,
party time.
Sometimes it's one, and then they'll walk away again.
Just a teaser.
Just to let you know, no, I'm still here. And then you're just gonna hear like, but are you still here? Like, Master, Daddy.
So do you get to like verbally communicate with them during this time?
Yeah. That doesn't mean they gotta answer.
Okay.
That don't mean they gotta talk to you.
That's true.
That don't mean they gotta do nothing.
That's true.
You can sit there calling, crying all the time. They'll just be sitting there. You don't know. That is the whole fun of the play. When you're the one in submissive mode, you are at full mercy of the person in control. My dom did a gift for me, and it was the worst gift ever. For my birthday one year, we had got him set up and whatnot, and he pulled me up to him, and he had the flogger, because this is actually one of my favorites. I'm telling myself. It's one of my favorite things to use. And he handed me the whip. And I took it. And he was like, you get 25 hits. And I was like, okay. Yeah. I'm going to get back all the hits you put on me. I couldn't complete my hits.
Oh, wow.
I had so much love and respect and admiration for my dom that it just wasn't doing anything for me.
Oh, wow.
I think I got to like 6 or 7 and I actually started crying and I was shaking and I was like, I can't go anymore. And he was commanding me. He was like, you got to get to 25. And I completely shut down. And it was in that moment that all play stopped because he could see that like I just couldn't do it. And he took the whip from me. And this is where we talk about aftercare, guys. Because he could see that I was visibly distressed. All play stopped. I didn't even call a safe word. I just shut down. It's just not something I could do. All play stopped. He wrapped himself around me, made sure I was okay, then pulled the blanket off of the bed, wrapped it around me. Because especially after a very intensive play, you get immediately cold. Your body overheats and everything just becomes like adrenaline rush. That as soon as you slow down, everything just all of your like not hormones, but just that emotions. Everything just comes to a complete stop. And he just wrapped himself around me and he wrapped the blanket around us after that and he just held me until I was back to base. I had a really, really bad experience on the Switch. And then we just kind of laughed at it and he was like, you are not a Switch at all. And I was just like, not when it comes to DOMs. I can't do it. It was the greatest, worst gift ever, but it taught me something about myself.
I'm sure.
I have such a high respect for my DOMs. I do. And if I give you that title, if I give you that blessing, guys, that's another thing. Submission is a gift. I'm gifting you my trust. I am allowing you to do this to me. So don't think just because you're in that position and you're their dom, you get to do whatever you want at any given time. And submissives really need to hear this, because I used to run a subby house and so many girls were disrespected and not taken care of, and they thought they had no voice because their dom was their dom. No, if you have a shit dom and they are not abiding by you, if they're not taking care of you or anything of that, your submission is a gift. Remove it. And if it flares up beyond that, then that is every sign you need to know that they are not a real dom.
It's time to move.
It's time to move on. Because no dom will ever hurt you in that matter, and no dom would ever be upset with you for putting up your boundaries.
Yeah.
No dom would ever be upset with you. They're going to be upset with themselves, because how did they get there? It is not their job to hurt you. Their job is to take care of you. So make sure you have a dom who's going to listen to you, a dom who respects you, understand what your role is, and that it's not forever. If it becomes something to where like they have like an anger issue or they're just really negative towards it, you may not be in a balanced BDSM type of lifestyle dynamic. You may actually be in a domestic situation that's being coverted as a lifestyle. That being said, going back to the aftercare thing, it's very important to...
For Las Vegas, Nevada, there are currently no weather alerts.
Well, thank you,
Create and
Alexa.
edit
We didn't
original
ask.
music voice. Just say open splash music.
Alexa, stop. Sorry, guys.
Where'd she...
She's a little intrusive.
That being said, with aftercare and everything, make sure you have a plan in place. Water, electrolytes, Gatorade, my favorite. We like to set up with everything we need, so that way we could just lay in bed and die.
I love it.
Because Dom is also tired. Doing this
Yeah.
for an hour, like that's a workout. Dom is also tired, right? So make sure you have snacks, water, know where the remotes are, because the TV is going to be watching you. I said that to TV. You're going to fall asleep. So turn on something in the background, but ensure that you guys are spending time, intimacy, spending intimate time afterwards, because there is nothing like getting your ass beat and then everything stops and they just go and get on the game.
Yeah.
And you're kind of sitting there like, you're kind of like,
Feel
like,
used.
I just
Feel
let you do
used.
that to me, and you couldn't even be bothered to hold me.
Yeah.
So aftercare is a very, very huge thing, and it will also help keep you interested in the lifestyle. A lot of people try this and then they have a bad experience because they don't have an aftercare plan, or they have a dom that's just very controlling and very aggressive, and then they have a negative outlook on it. Like I said, the people I met in this lifestyle are some of the most loving, caring, damn people I ever met. And they go hard for each other. And it's because they have an actual plan. Because at the end of the day is, I'm not trying to hurt you.
Yeah.
We both just have an interest in something, so let's see where it goes. So aftercare, have your drinks, have your snacks, know where the remotes are, take a nap. If you have a submissive, or they call them littles, who like really revert into like kid mode,
Okay.
almost. And it's not them being kiddish, it's just they get that soft girl mode.
Gotcha.
So make sure your little has their favorite stuffed animal, their fuzzy blankets, their fuzzy socks, especially if you have a very intense impact play where you are doing a lot of hitting, where you are doing a lot of pain.
Now you want to coddle them at the end.
Coddle them, let them know you did good, tell them how beautiful they are, let them know how proud of them you are, make sure they're comfortable, all their favorite little things, so that way they are reminded that they're loved and not just, like you said, used and abused and left. And the same thing goes for men too. I'm noticing a trend that a lot of guys are sharing. It's their first time losing their virginity, and they're awake and they see the girl that they just slept with. Now these are TikTok scenarios.
Yeah.
They see the girl they slept with and she's sleeping, and the guy is just wide awake, like kind of like in his head. Like, why did I just do that? How did this happen? A lot of guys are starting to regret their first times
Wow.
because nobody is telling them love. Nobody's telling them to aftercare. You need to aftercare and intimacy. It's a little bit more natural. It's a little bit more easier to do it when you're just loving somebody because you're in bed and you're just already cuddled up. But when you're, uncollaring them and taking off the shackles and everything, that's the most important time to do aftercare. Take a shower together. Go downstairs and cook dinner together. Have a conversation. Just lay in bed and hold each other for at least 15 minutes. Do something to allow all of that energy and all those emotions to fully dissipate before you do anything else. Because especially if you get them in a really good subspace and they're very euphoric, that high is literally like being high. So you want to make sure that they are okay before you move on to anything else. Very, very important to have an aftercare plan. And you guys discuss that on your own. You guys decide what that looks like. Do you have a very intense impact play and then maybe you guys go out to dinner? And then maybe that, adds a little spice to it because it's like nobody in this restaurant knows what we just did.
And the people next to you are probably thinking the same shit.
Right. They'll boost down. Homegirl got the remote panties on. They about to go home to impact play. Like, you never know. But making sure that connection remains afterwards is very, very important. Because if this does become a routine and you don't have that reconnection afterwards, after the 5th or 6th time, now I just think you just do it
just to be doing it.
Do you still enjoy this? Are you doing it to get aggression out from something else? And you're like, oh, well, I don't have to worry about it because I'm just going to go home and beat on my partner. And
that's not what we want.
That's not what we want. This is a form of bonding, of intimacy, of connection.
And that's why they call it bondage.
Because it's building trust. I'm bonding with you.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
I've never heard or seen anyone make it sound so beautiful.
It's because mainstream either makes you hate it or love it.
That's true. There's no in between.
It's 50 Shades of Grey or there's church.
Grey me out.
And I got lucky enough to really sit with, people who have been in the lifestyle for decades, been with their same partners for decades. Like, it's a very beautiful, wholesome community. Like I said, you have your asshats, but what communities don't?
That's
you
true.
have your people
That's
who
true.
have, slid through the cracks, but which ones don't? But when you get into a really good, solid, unit, like a good community, local or whatever, it's phenomenal. They look out for each other. I went to an event. It was all potluck. They were just like, yeah, okay, well, here's your ticket. Make sure you bring a dish because in the kitchen we have all the food and drinks. So bring something that's enough for everybody. We're expecting like 30 people. Girl, phenomenal. And they're so respectful. When you walk into those places, you don't have to play. You can just be there and enjoy
the vibe and watch the scene.
And eat everybody else's food. Just make sure you bring something. I want to touch on that too, because a lot of people have a misconception of, well, those places are dirty.
Yeah.
There are some dirty places. We have one here. Green Door, don't go there. I'm sorry. I should have saved y'all. All I'm saying
it's too late now. Don't go there.
All I'm saying is y'all can do better. But it's just
what's going on over there?
They
Since you brought it up.
Yeah. They just haven't done well, first it's in a rough area.
Okay.
So they got that working against them. But they just haven't really done anything to attract new players. It's a little outdated. It's like one of the handful of sex clubs out here in Sin City. We don't have a really good scene.
Okay.
And I think it's because we have so much going on.
Yeah.
Now, Portland. But yeah, so it's just very awkward. The ratio is off.
Okay.
You go in there with your partner, but there isn't really any like partners to
That's
swap
so
with.
odd for Vegas.
Right, you would think.
Yeah.
But no, our scene is very, very small here. And it's also a little bit toxic. So you kind of have to just find like a private group and go to like private events that are
Okay.
listed. And there's plenty of those listed. You can find them on like websites like myfetish.com,
Okay.
fetishlife.com, and find your local area and see what's going on. There's a ton of private house parties that are very warm and welcoming and are well equipped and have great demonstrations. Like they'll actually hire people to come in and demonstrate.
Oh
and
wow.
teach you how to
Okay.
dom. They'll have ladies' night where you can bring your husbands and turn them into the submissives, and they teach you how to balance that energy to where your husband can be a sub and enjoy it without you demasculating him. Because that's a really big thing too, and that's one of the hardest things because they feel like they're not a man.
Huh.
Right. And that's not it at all. Like that's not it at all. But a lot of those events that are well ran, the good ones, not the green door, they require you to bring papers.
Okay.
You have to have a panel. You have to be checked.
Oh.
And if you
That's a good thing.
Yes.
That's a good thing.
yes, because it's all about safety.
Yeah.
They are more educational than what we got. Okay. You have to bring proof that you're clean. And if you're clean, you will get a certain color wristband to let everybody else know this is a clean player. So clean players stay with clean players.
Kind of like that blue check mark on Instagram and Facebook. You verify.
You verified. And then every couple of weeks they'll say, hey, you need to re-verify. Because anything can happen.
Anything, yeah.
And then that also lets other players know that if you don't have a wristband, maybe this is your first time here, you're just getting used to things, and then I can come and talk to you. We can talk about that. But I now know that I don't have to play with you, and I probably shouldn't play with you because you haven't been verified. You're not checked. If I do play with you, I'm now playing at my own risk.
Yeah.
And some people do. And that's the thing where, like, okay, we have to recheck you anyways.
Yeah, because now you done messed around with a non-band.
Yeah. Some verified players are not.
That's scary.
So, but a lot of them are very, very, very strict about that.
That's a good thing.
Because the whole thing is to have fun and be safe. Nobody in this lifestyle is trying to hurt you.
No, not to backtrack, but you mentioned yesterday about some breathing technique
So I have an exercise for you guys.
and positioning.
Positioning. Mm-hmm.
You said some of us was riding it the wrong way.
Oh,
That's what she said.
Feet down. Feet flat. Okay, well, breathing technique. I have an exercise for you guys.
Okay.
If you want to do a fun bonding exercise, hug your partner, hold them close, and sync your breathing. And just be in a moment with each other and allow that energy to come back and forth. Because a lot of times, especially during sex, our breathing is very ragged.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because we're in the moment. But for like an intimate bonding, very good for aftercare even. If you guys are in that position, you're holding each other, sync your breathing up and become one whole piece, one whole unit. But
That sounds magical.
it is. It heals.
That
It's
sounds
so
magical.
healing. So be sure to do that. Other breathing techniques, especially on impact play. That's a bit of a good one.
Okay.
You can, but I would suggest not to hold your breath during impact play. Breathe normally through the hits. And if you do have a little bit of sting, just exhale deeply. But don't allow yourself to start to hyperventilate. Like, don't get worked up with the hits. If you are getting worked up, call your safe word.
Okay.
Because now it's becoming too much. That is your body giving you a signal of, we're not responding well to this. A lot of people don't know that. They're just like,
They're taking it.
5 more hits, 5, 4. Like, call your safe word. And they're going to check on you. They will immediately stop and they'll say, what's wrong? And just say, I can't breathe. I got to catch my breath. And then if they're good, they won't panic. And they'll do a double check. And they'll say, do you just need to breathe? Like, do you just need a minute? Or do we need to stop?
Okay.
And then you just say, no, I just need a minute. And then in that space, breathe in, hold for 5 seconds, and exhale. Slow yourself down. And then once you get yourself back being calmed, then you can resume impact. But I definitely want you guys to do that tantric breathing, that tantric hug,
I can't wait.
and hold your partner. I mean, actually hold them, give them a good hug, and sync up your breathing. You won't even recognize that time passing because you guys have already like meshed and melded into one thing. So got that for you there. And then what did you say the other one was? Oh, positioning. Yeah. So I'm a terrible writer. I'm gonna be honest.
Like my knees.
Yeah, these knees
My
don't.
knees.
These knees don't do what they do no more. But I was told I was a terrible writer, and I was like,
Really?
oh, yeah. I was like, okay, because I was knees down a lot. So when that partner was training me,
Okay.
feet flat, literally get into a squat. Now you gotta make sure that there's a member there to squat on, but feet flat on the bed, and then just do a sitting position, and then it gives you a much nicer balance. If you have a bed that moves, like we had one that would adjust, so I was able to adjust them into kind of like an angled sitting position, and I was able to hold that.
Perfect.
After that, I was good. And then they had a good show because everything was like aligned, so they had a good show here. Yeah. Boop, 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 boop. So feet down on that. That was just I was just talking shit. I was just like, y'all are writing wrong. But I do want to tell the fellas this. Now, if your girl is on top and she was bouncing and that was good for you, but if she hits a spot and suddenly starts shimmying, mind your business. That's not. That's not.
Just go with the
Just
flow.
go with it. I don't care that it's not doing nothing for you. It's doing something for her. She done found a spot that she liked, and what she's doing is using you to rub up against it. Mind your business. Give her like what, a minute, 2 minutes, because
Maybe.
I was gonna say 45 seconds. Because we have, especially what is good, guys, you have multiple orgasms. Women are women have back to back. So give us like 45 seconds because we probably already had 3 or 4 and we're honestly retired. It's just that feels really good.
And if it's really good, I mean, a woman don't bust upon insertion.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then keep going.
And keep it going.
And if you get us to that point, then honestly, quite honestly, you're in trouble because that's when we go feral. Because then we're like, oh, it's a good one. Yeah, I'm about to get 9 more. Like that's when we go feral. If your girl hasn't gone feral, I hate to break this to you, but you probably didn't do it. And you should probably ask them what's going on, what they like and what they didn't like. Because ain't no woman is just good with one go round.
And that's okay. And before we end this segment, can we talk about that?
Yes.
Because we talked about that yesterday off camera.
Yes.
It being okay to voice your opinion about what you do and don't like in the bedroom.
Yes. And it even comes here. It comes here. You have to tell them what you do and don't like. Since we're already out of time, I'm gonna throw this in because this is something that people do and don't like. This is a butt plug, y'all.
It's so pretty.
It is so pretty.
It is so pretty, y'all.
This is something that
I'm a virgin all this shit, so I was excited. Like, what is this?
This is something that people do and don't like. But
it's so pretty.
It is a good. I would assume that it's also a good middle ground though. Like maybe you're not into anal, but your partner is. And this will be something that can open that door. Unless it's a hard no. Don't go switching your hard no's to maybes and yeses simply because I give you this tip. But if it's in the maybe and if you do like it, but it's just a little bit too much for you, start off small. Get you an anal butt plug. Get you anal beads that start off small and gradually get larger to help you reach what it is you're trying to get to. And then again, make sure your partner is aware, hey, I need you to just use a tip right now. Like you going too much, you're doing too much. Please, please, please vocalize what it is that you do and don't like in the bedroom, especially when it comes to this. You can be a masochist and not like impact play. That is where sensory play comes in. Because I don't know who likes getting tickled. You ain't tickling me.
I hate being tickled.
Yeah.
I almost kick the people in the face when they're doing my feet.
But that is a thing that people like. They like being restrained and held.
I don't want to be Elmo.
Yeah.
Elmo. No.
I don't want to be Elmo. Like you have to discover what it is you like. And you have to have open communication at all times with your
It's giving
partner.
me Prince Purple Rain vibes. I don't know why.
Well, with all the purpose.
Yeah.
Hell, Tom Rock because he owned them. I'm sorry.
It's definitely giving me Prince vibes. I don't know why. I just thought of Prince and Vanity.
Everybody's like, don't talk about Prince's name like that. Look, Prince was proud of him.
Yeah.
So y'all don't talk about Prince
He
like that.
hide anything. He's
Nothing.
transparent about everything.
Nothing.
So I'm just gonna say the spirit of Prince is here.
Mm-hmm.
Because that just reminded me of Prince. I don't know why.
But honestly, Miss Sonya, this can go on and
Yes.
on and on. If you guys are interested in that, we were discussing yesterday during the break. We might have to do a part 3.
Yes.
Maybe we'll get some other ladies in or something, so we can
Some
actually
men.
some men, so we
I
can
would
have a full
love to get
conversation.
some men. I just want to hear from you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Men, you guys are so fucking secretive. They are. They make it well known that I got this and I'm gonna use it and I'm gonna give it to you. But they're so secretive and almost shy.
Well, because what do we say? We talked about this yesterday. Not even so much really that they're shy, it's just they gotta find the one who's not gonna talk.
Yeah.
And that's really what a lot of those contracts state. What happens in here
Stays in here. It's like an NDA.
Mm-hmm. It stays in here.
Well, what happens in my bedroom stays in my bedroom. I mean, it is what it is. If we want to fuck in a garbage can full of fire, that's what we're gonna do.
I mean,
we may have a few burns, but we ain't got to explain nothing.
I mean, what happens in my bedroom stays in my bedroom too. But I'm okay with sharing with some stuff with y'all. But what happens in the bedroom? And yeah, these are things that we're gonna continue talking on. Maybe we'll talk about a part 3, and then we'll also cross it over to my platform as well, because I do have some goddesses.
We gotta get over there.
And I'm gonna put you in contact with them too.
Okay.
I have some sex goddesses. This is their work. You need to talk to them.
Nice.
Yep. I have one that's named Phoenix.
She has that name.
She is phenomenal. So we have a lot to discuss.
I like that name. Well, my bedroom name is Isis.
Oh, mine is Vixen.
I'm Isis.
I turn into Vixen.
Yeah. I get real powerful. I can be Storm too sometimes.
Oh. That's what you got the mask on. It's just not white.
I got a couple of these. I'm telling on myself.
Okay. So then you say, I've
been married for 20 years.
Oh, see.
Gotta keep it fresh. Gotta keep it exciting. Shit gets boring quick.
I remember something I wanted to touch on real quick, and then because
let's do it.
Real quick, you were asking me about polyamory.
Yes.
This is also a really big part in this.
Really?
Right, units and all that stuff. The polyamory does exist and lives and thrives in this lifestyle. The thing is, like I said yesterday, respect and communication is everything. If you think, and this is everything across the board, so I'm taking polyamory plus all of this. If you are currently having problems in your relationship and you think this is going to be the saving grace, I'm going to tell you right now, as a relationship coach, as someone who's tried it herself, as someone who has been in the lifestyle, it will not. Do not invite other people into your bedroom. Do not invite toys or this type of energy into your bedroom until you have healed what the actual root is. Because all you're doing is opening a door to excuses and expectations, and also disrespect. Like, you think you're doing a gift or a favor, or I'm going to do this and it's going to make everybody happy, but it's not.
It's really a disservice to your relationship.
It is. This is trust. This is love. This is unity between you and your partner or partners. Everything has to be a discussion. Everything has to be communicated to each other and trusted against each other. Do not look at this lifestyle. This is one of the things that really piss people off in this lifestyle. Don't look to this as a savior. There is a lot of devotion, a lot of time, a lot of care, a lot of practice put into this. This is not a lifesaver. This is not a saving grace for whatever it is you're going through.
But it is a beautiful lifestyle. And I thank you so much for the clarity and for being so transparent with us this evening. I learned a lot.
Good.
I'm waiting on those candles.
They coming. They're coming. And then I'm gonna figure out how to do the low temp too. I gotta figure out which wax
I'm
that
waiting
is.
on those candles, baby. Because let me tell you, when she get those candles in, I make my own little recording. I have to do that. I have to record shit. I love being in front of the camera.
And you get OnlyFans. No, I'm kidding.
I love being in front of the camera.
I'm kidding. I don't have an OnlyFans yet.
I am on footfetish.com though.
Really?
I do have a foot fetish account, y'all, 'cause I got pretty feet.
I don't, so I know.
I don't even know that. And guess what? Husband know. He approved it.
But is it bringing it back? You haven't uploaded any photos lately.
I have not. I got like 3 photos up there.
Girl, look at them.
But I have so many props, and this is where these came from. I have so many masks and so many props. I'm gonna get it together.
Get it together.
I'm gonna get it together and get everything uploaded.
Because girl, they paying for that.
Oh, I know. I already got my subscription up there. They like, this bitch ain't got no pictures.
Right. They waited.
But yeah, they're coming. Like Brad will be there.
I'm not saying hell. After a while, they start paying for it anyway.
Yep.
They started sending requests and all that stuff. And then we'll go. I know we can say that, but one of the top creators on OnlyFans, I think she cleared 53 million.
Gee.
And like 30,000 of it was just messages she did not answer because they have to pay to message her.
Woo!
It is your business. You don't have to answer. Now it's a disservice, but she has developed herself and gotten so big to where nobody even cares anymore. $30,000 alone in unanswered messages that she just, and it was like 27,000 in just tips.
Yeah, we in the wrong business.
Like she dropped her numbers, and all she does is just sit there. Like
a lot of them just sit there and just look cute, look pretty.
And every blue moon, if they get a really, really big donation, maybe they might take your request. But other than that, I don't owe you nothing. And then it says right there in the very bottom, no refunds.
Refunds. It is what it is. Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in with us this evening with Miss Raven. She'll be back. I'm going over her house, and we're going to get on her camera and talk some shit. But for now, I got to go. I got shit to do, guys.
Oh, we have comments.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, I have to go through to answer those.
Yeah, we'll answer them.
Yeah.